The Uber Eats method. This story involves two men who were able to scam Uber Eats online food ordering company out of more than $1 million in the span of just 19 months. January 2022, 38-year-old Roy Blackwood and 21-year-old Treyon Morgan had come up with a scheme that, if executed correctly, was an unlimited money glitch, and all they had to do was use the Uber Eats app. You know, usually Uber is the party that loves taking your money, but they flipped the script on their asses. Morgan would create fake Uber Eats accounts. Acting like ordinary customers, he would place a grocery pickup order, and on another account, this one being freshly created using the stolen identities of Uber drivers, Morgan would accept that very same order that he himself placed, knowing that after accepting that order, his new Uber credit card that came in the mail for the fresh account would be unlocked with a $700 spending limit in order to purchase the groceries in the store. Then, on his customer account, he would go ahead and cancel that order, leaving him with a preloaded Uber credit card with a balance of $700 that Morgan would use to buy gift cards with at physical stores. Blackwood was the driver in the operation, going to Walgreens after Walgreens in the Broward and Palm Beach counties in Florida. Morgan would be the one to get off the car, buying up all the gift cards with the stolen funds. They were able to slowly scheme Uber out of $1 million, as well as defrauding the stores they bought the gift cards from, which isn't much for Uber as a company, but was a get-rich-quick scheme for these two guys. Their dream would soon come to an end when the Broward Sheriff's Office would conduct an 8-month-long investigation due to Morgan using photos of himself when creating these Uber Eats profiles. So yeah, he wasn't such a genius, as they tied him with all these suspicious activities. In one surveillance operation alone, they were able to catch the two, Morgan and Blackwood, hitting up 27 Walgreens in Broward County alone, ending the single-day run with $5,013. Working alongside Uber to confirm that they were indeed the people behind the accounts, they were able to obtain a warrant for the duo's arrest, ending their scheme. The Hello Kitty cartel. Hello Kitty hunting has become a phenomenon on TikTok. There is currently a Hello Kitty craze going on in discount stores like Home Goods and Marshalls, and TikTok is filled with videos of people going in specifically to find these rare Hello Kitty items and then trying to flip them online, ranging from Hello Kitty Stanley Cups to branded toilet paper, sometimes going for 3 times the original retail price. This has created competition, where people rush to these stores early, trying to buy out their entire Hello Kitty inventory before anyone else has ever even taken a look at it, and they have no shame, leaving true fans of the character bummed out, as their only option to obtain the Hello Kitty spooky blanket is paying the outrageous eBay prices. And believe me, people will pay a lot to be part of a social media trend. These resellers are not surprisingly receiving a lot of backlash because of this, getting called out for predatory behavior and their prices that they set, and they most likely know that the mass production of these blankets that sold for $30 retail only truly cost like $5 to produce. They aren't handmade high-quality blankets that they are selling. Some argue that they degrade faster over time. Essentially, they're ripping people off. But this isn't stopping people from still going in and trying to find Hello Kitty stuff. Eventually, you'll find something if you look hard enough, but there may be another person that's interested in the same item as you, leading to fights, arguments, and plain rudeness. All of this done in the name of Hello Kitty. These interactions are really awkward and would discourage me from even going out to look for one in the first place. There's even lore to all this. In Redlands Marshalls in California, there's a known woman who simply sits all day waiting for Hello Kitty items to be restocked in order to buy them all. There is a ringleader to all this named Hello Kitty. This reseller in Redlands, California stays there from open to closing, scaring off anyone who competes with her and her little henchmen. Some theorize that Marshalls is aware of the fact of this Hello Kitty hype surrounding their store, but they're purposely letting it occur and not interfering with it because they want new business to come in. All of this hype is practically free publicity for them. And why ruin a good thing? Though this could also backfire because of the bad publicity aspect of it. Smart Schoolboy 9 update. How does Smart Schoolboy 9's voice sound like? That's a question I had in my head, so I went ahead and searched it up. And upon doing this, I found this creepy song of his.
I'm not out of time. I think I like a little lemon and lime. Talking to me quenching my thirst, you're the tale rehearsed. Summer winter nights of September the 1st. You know what I say about song. You know what I say about reality.
Exposing his real voice. I failed to cover that aspect in my previous video, but he does seem to not want to show his real voice, obscuring it by going high-pitched and having other types of vocal inflections that throw you off. Whether this was done in order to protect his true identity is unknown, though the new narrative of him is that he may be less elaborate than he actually seems, with at least 2 videos up now claiming that they've got him to do an interview, where he admits that he is a PDF file and defends his moral stance on it. Posted by YouTuber Eterna. The description reads, "I am being told I am not allowed to post this full video, which is 14 minutes long. I have to resort to posting the short clip where I speak with David, who goes by David London on Facebook. He is also known by many as Smart Schoolboy 9. This is the first interview with him made public. We discuss poetry, and he goes into detail about his childhood. Again, I am needing confirmation to post this whole thing." I'm gonna play the clip right now.
When you say harsh topic, what are we referring to? What's
Any topic that offends people.
Should there not be a limit between expression and pure evil?
Evil is a subjective topic. Society has chosen what evil is, and we have accepted it.
Well, David, do you not believe evil can be objective as well? Do you deny the existence of evil?
Nobody is allowed to take my individualism. I will not be told what is right or wrong.
Well, David, isn't that sort of an anarchist point of view? Don't individuals need limits in society?
Why should we limit ourselves? Why should we hide our emotions?
Moving on, David, what has inspired your poetry? What makes you...
My childhood inspires my work. The joy, the lack of understanding, my experiences, my inexperiences. I'm in love with it.
David, what makes that part of your life so captivating? What makes you...
When I was a kid, I felt joy and happiness. Okay. When I was upset, it would go away quickly. I could fit in without trying.
What do you guys think? Do these 4 examples of his supposed voice sound similar? Or is this all bullshit? There is one post on the r/smartschoolboy9 subreddit where it states proof from Eterna, and it has a video attached to it, showing that he's directly messaging David London on Facebook. With the top reply reading, "My dude, David blocks people almost immediately if you hit him up privately, as in DMs. He rarely ever responds to stuff like this. The evidence is also lacking. There's no proof it is him." The second one reads, "A little sus, when you click message on the profile of a friend from an iPhone, the message pops up from the bottom. It doesn't glitch to the message page. Also, the chat has been blacked out. Therefore, it could have been edited in other ways. And the scroll bar on the right is too big, which means you've had 0 chats before what you've shown in the screen recording. No wonder it's blacked out. How does someone get an interview with no chats before? They don't. Also, if this was legit and not from a unicorn arsehole, it's not like you signed a contract. You'd post the full interview." There's also this alleged video, but we already know this shit's fake. And it seems like the subreddit for r/smartschoolboy9 is kind of falling off, or at least from high quality information, with one post at the top reading, "Stop with the 'we should probably delete this' sub posts. There is no point in restating the same points over and over, where you are just doing the same thing as the non-useful people with bad info." The one interesting post I did come across is another similar situation, reading, "This body shape looks eerily familiar. I'm down the rabbit hole, come across this article. The body shape looks so similar, not sure about skin tone, but the face kind of looks bloated. It scared me at the moment I saw it, so I thought I would share it as it may help, and I'm aware it may not be SB. No charges were filed on this person, so no information. Link here." And it's in an article about a man that dressed up as a schoolgirl and tried to talk to female pupils. Though we know Smart Schoolboy 9's skin complexion is more darker than what we see in this picture. Though the leads to any new information have died off, there has been an occurrence seen on TikTok where people seem to glorify Schoolboy 9 and his aura or something like that. Smart Schoolboy 9 is basically being portrayed as some cool type of guy in multiple edits. Take a look at them yourself.
Mommy, a girl behind you.
With some comments reading, "This shit's fire. W edit, W character. This shit is so good, but I cannot like it because of what it means. Ah, hell nah. I don't know about this edit." Although these creators that made these edits may just take it as a joke, there seem to be some in the comments that are not looking at it that way, and seem to love Schoolboy 9. It seems that this guy's going to become a cultural phenomenon on the internet. He even made it onto Roblox. There's even one creator that did a Smart Schoolboy 9 fit chick where she acts exactly like Smart Schoolboy 9, saying all of his favorite catchphrases. Other than stuff like this, there's no real actual new footage of him. The real question is, does there need to be more footage and more information on this guy? Because it seems like a lot have taken the position that he has not done anything illegal and therefore he is innocent. Or at least in the eyes of the law in relation to the whole CSAM situation, where many argue that if he was in possession of CSAM or CP, he would be arrested sooner or later, or at least under investigation because of the material he would carry on his device, and then shared it via Instagram, he would get caught eventually, thanks to photo DNA technology. Though like I mentioned in my last video, there is a way for predators to get around this by simply using AI and distorting the picture. And although this may just sound like a rumor, it has actually been confirmed by the FBI, as they have found tons of images that have become distorted and changed in order to avoid being caught this way. Interestingly enough, there is one case in the United States where a man used AI to generate 13,000 illegal images, and then sending some of the AI images over to a 15-year-old boy on Instagram. Luckily though, he was charged and arrested by the FBI. Not to mention a case where a Florida man was arrested for taking a picture of his own neighbor's child and using it to create CP through AI. According to NCMEC, CP material has rose in popularity online around 12% in 2023 compared to the previous years, due to the rise of AI images being created. I can't give any leeway to Smart Schoolboy 9 due to the fact that he's been caught using actual images of children, like this one from Joanna Tang, a fictional character he created with the real-life face of Camille that is asking for any additional information to create a case, as he used a photo of her when she was 15 to create his fetish content, which parallels the two other cases that occurred here in the States. It's alarming to say the least. Deadly litter box kills cats. Self-cleaning litter boxes have rapidly become popular in the past couple of years. Most people may assume that they are all safe and tested before being shipped off to the customer, not knowing that some companies are allegedly shady, cut corners to save money, and pay to scrub any negative reviews off the internet related to them, leaving customers unable to find a product that is genuinely safe and good. TikToker Carly J had to find this out the hard way when they purchased a self-cleaning litter box that ended up taking the life of their 1-year-old cat, Moshi.
We woke up, me and my 2-year-old daughter, and I went to find my cat, and she was hanging from her litter box. It had closed on her neck and her body was hanging out, and there was red stuff all over, like everywhere, and she was gone.
There was even a horrific review reading, "This machine killed my cat. Buyer beware, this machine killed our family cat of 2 years. She got stuck in this machine and it ended her life. Do not buy this machine." And in another review, the cat was saved, reading, "Dangerous. My cat is laying on the floor, barely breathing because her head was stuck in the rotating door. She would be dead right now if I wasn't home in the next room and I heard her struggling. Please do not buy this. Now I just hope that my baby pulls through this." The litter boxes in question seem to allegedly come from the company Amstoy. They deleted a comment asking them about the recent cat deaths on their channel from a YouTuber who made an expose on them, hoping that this line of questioning dies down. Although his video is going viral, it just goes to show how immoral and greedy some companies can be, but eventually it comes back to haunt you. It also turns out that all that it needed was a firmware update, and those cats could have been alive today. A simple reminder to connect the device to the app and update it could have led to a different outcome, but cutting corners ended up costing a living being's life in a horrific way. Though Amstoy might be one name that these could be sold under, there are more of these machines being sold under different companies, making this all the more confusing. But if I personally had one that looked like this type of build, I would get rid of it immediately. It's not worth a traumatic experience or the death of your pet. The galaxy gas epidemic. Recently, there has been an uptick in videos popping up where people are consuming something called galaxy gas. Known as nitrous oxide, it is inhaled and it gets you high. Although it's not the intended purpose, as it's legal to sell as a culinary product. But of course, people went ahead and abused it in order to get high. Made popular from one viral social media video, where a kid is seen inhaling a big ass nitrous oxide tank and saying, "Hey man, I'm a T-man." People found this to be gold and basically started a trend for him, and they all copied the exact same thing he said in the video. Ultimately, all of this led to Galaxy Gas getting free promotion and inspired others to start trying it out, not knowing that some of the side effects include headaches, nausea, vomiting, and agitation, as it has the health risk of lowering your blood pressure and oxygen levels, leading to irreversible damage to nerve and brain cells. It's really bad for you, leading some to question, where did this Galaxy Gas product even come from? And are they specifically targeting the addict demographic, trying to get them into trying this brand new drug and advertising in such a way that it just attracts a younger audience with bright and fun, interesting patterns? A little later on, after this whole hype died down, SZA came out with a post trying to call out the creators of this product, questioning what their intentions were and exactly why they were targeting this specific demographic. Though some argue that Galaxy Gas has always existed in the form of whippets, it's always been a thing. It's just that now it's a brand new type of look. It has an appeal. It just reminds me so much of it with all the different type of flavor varieties you get to choose from. It seems like it's specifically made for people to inhale. Not to mention when Kanye came out and admitted that he was addicted to nitrous oxide, as well as other celebrities admitting that they do it and doing it even on a Joe Rogan podcast. Interestingly enough, the actual company Galaxy Gas does know that people abuse their product, but simply puts a warning on the can that says do not inhale. What they're actually doing is using the culinary product label as a front for a much darker operation that makes more money and feeds off addicts. Fox 8 Local even exposed the serving size ridiculousness that comes with the whole thing. But you could also come to this conclusion easily when thinking, why does somebody need that much nitrous oxide for food? It's like you could buy a lifetime supply of it and never need to go out and buy it again. Drake threatened somebody on a Aiden Ross livestream. This has to be one of the most interesting messages I've ever seen that has come from a celebrity that sounds like an outright threat because of them leaning towards another artist or picking a side in this current beef. In a clip from a recent Aiden Ross livestream, there's a guy that's seen dancing to the Not Like Us song that is clearly disgusting Aiden Ross, as he's known to be one of Drake's close affiliates. Somehow they were all connected either via a kick or steak deal because they share all those in common. The streamer in particular that he addressed was called Cheezer, and Drake stated, "Send the address so you can meet the dogs." And Aiden Ross, his friend, would also go on to start dissing Cheezer for supporting Kendrick, saying that he would take out Cheezer for Drake if he wanted him to. All this while Drake was in the comments saying to drop the addy, basically asking for Cheezer's address. To do what? Who knows? And on another Aiden Ross live stream with Cheezer, Drake could be seen in the comments typing, "Good game, Cheeseman," in response to Cheezer blasting Not Like Us while he was on live stream with Aiden Ross, a clear affiliate of OVO. Kind of implying a vague threat, I guess? Well, Cheezer took it as a threat, as he didn't want to go to Canada anymore with Aiden Ross, in fear of his life. But what do you guys think? Is Drake going to send the Hells Angels to take him out or something? As we do know that he has connections to that organization. Some also speculate as to whether or not he has connection to gangs within the United States, and if he has any power over them at all. Some people bring up his connection to the J. Prince family as well. Although some also speculate that James Prince really has no connections to any mob or gang. There's also the brand new Top 5 fiasco that has recently popped up. Top 5 just got out of prison or jail or something and has made vague threats against Kendrick Lamar. And people are saying that he is a crazy crash out OVO goon that's ready to do anything for Drake. Although there is a viral video of him getting punked right outside of a local subway in his area where he says, "Hey, come get the strap," although he gets smacked and beat up by the guys in the video.
Get the fuck outside, nigga. Get your ass booming on, nigga. Get the fuck out, boy. Who is you fucking pointing at, nigga? I'll boom on you right now, nigga.
Artist top 5. Do you
I
know
ain't gonna fucking fuck you, nigga. You think acting like you Drake ass nigga? Get the fuck off the street, you bum ass. Look at the flip flops, looking motherfucker. Stuff you right now, nigga.
Go get the burner, bro.
Oh, it's good, B.
So Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast have come out with a new product called Lunchly. It's basically a ripoff of Lunchables, but it's supposed to be a lot healthier, but they're getting a lot of backlash due to parents and other people having health concerns over the product, believing that it contains too much sodium and far less calories than offered by a Lunchable, and that's a parent's main mission, to get a kid to eat as much calories as possible for their growth and overall health. People started to see through this advertising that they were conducting, leading some to take to Twitter and start calling Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast out for targeting kids with their advertising. It's very clear that they are showing interest in this market and allegedly have been trying to carve out their space in this children's market for a while with stuff like Mr. Beast's chocolate bar brand Feastables. It recently had come to a point where they had to respond, and so they did, posting 2 separate videos responding to all of this backlash that they received, basically downplaying it all and calling everybody that is calling them out hypocrites because they have similar like products.
Toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now obviously people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead they were like,
wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with tube heroes.
and yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining.
Let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this.
So these Lunchly meals come in 3 different kits. The first one being the pizza, the second being Stack'ems, and the third being the tortilla chip one with the mystery cheese goop that looks very off-putting. To be honest, I don't think any of these meal kits are really that healthy because, you know, of course, you're not meant to eat them every single day. So it's more like a treat, if anything. Overall, I think it's pretty good that people are calling stuff like this out, and specifically the advertising towards children. I think it could get pretty dangerous when you put forth a product that says that it could replace a meal, but in fact is really dangerously unhealthy for you, as Lunchables has been found to contain concerning amounts of lead and sodium, but yet they are able to have colorful and fun packaging. And though they claim that it might be healthier than a Lunchable, who knows? And it's ultimately up to the parents to decide what they want to feed their children and what they allow them to eat and consume regularly, as these are known to be ultra-processed foods, leading to an overall increase in the risk of cancer. There's also the weird Logan Paul comment where he states that it's a better for you lunch option. It seems like the advertising for this is pushing a better for you option type deal. Although at the end of the day, you're churning out one ultra processed food for another, leaving you with the lesser of 2 evils, some would say. Not to mention the strange points they were trying to make during the comparisons, like big gestures compared to mid moments or bold packaging compared to basic packaging. If you're an adult, this is not even convincing you an inch into believing that they're somehow better than Lunchables because they have better packaging. These are very 2 interesting details to focus on when comparing the 2 brands, but I guess it's like for children, so kids are supposed to be impressed by this, or at least that's what they're trying to push as a sort of selling point. Not to mention they also tried to rebrand the sodium as electrolytes, just for this to be found out to be some schemy tactic from business school. Nutter Butter TikTok. So if you go to the Nutter Butter official TikTok page, you'll find some unsettling memes depicting a living, breathing Nutter Butter playing on a children's playground and doing other things, or what looks to be like Nutter Butter crime scene photos in a house, All of their new posts have an acid trip-like edit to them and are reminiscent of deep-fried memes, using creepy music in their TikToks as well to creep out viewers who come across their posts. Of course, this is just a marketing tactic trying to pander to Gen Z, but in a way, it's original content.